Welcome back to the channel. PirateSoftware keeps finding out in real time, and we're all here for it. Right? You fuck around, you're gonna find out. First of all, stop killing games 1.29. That is not good enough. 99999. Okay, let's get that to 1.4. Seriously, go to stopkillinggames.com. Sign the petition if you're in the EU or the UK. I'm not sure if that's still going on. I think that this is still going on as well. Yeah, sign the UK petition if you're from the UK. But let's get a really nice buffer for all of the votes that are gonna get thrown out. We're starting to really put the fire on the big publishing companies, which you can tell by the fact that Video Games Europe came out. We did a video on that. So let's not throw this away in the last, in the last mile. However you want to pronounce that. That being said, PirateSoftware. Ooh. The biggest indie creator, the most successful indie creator of all time, thought it was time to weigh in on the whole drama. Okay. Boom. Notch from Minecraft. Minecraft creator Notch has made fun of PirateSoftware for the streamer's ridiculous stance against the Stop Killing Games initiative. Hey guys, just got back to gaming after a brief break. Wait, why is there a Nepo baby doubling down over here? And just because if you weren't fully sure that it was about PirateSoftware, just verifying that yes, that is what I was talking about. If buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft. Ooh. Ooh. You know this one stings, right? The biggest indie creator of all times just called you out on your shit, bro. Right? Eee. For a Nepo baby narcissist, you know that's gonna hurt like hell. Like, he's gonna be crashing out over that. Bro, imagine being PirateSoftware right now, right? You love yourself so fucking much. You think you can never, ever be wrong, right? And then along comes the entire internet to prove that, no, bro, you ain't shit, my dude. As evidenced by the fact that a developer, a C++ developer that goes by the name of Coding Jesus, which I think is hilarious, right? He looks like Jesus too. Not in this one anymore, not anymore. But when he started out, he looks very much like what you would think Jesus would look like. Okay, it's hilarious. All right. Decided, oh, let's take a look at this guy's code, right? And then went and looked up snippets for said code. And ooh, he did not have too many good things to say. Of course, Tor took that seriously and went full crash out like he normally does when he's getting criticism that's, based in reality. He has to crash out, right? Is to attack people and obfuscate. I'm gonna put a little snippet of that video in, but I want you guys to go watch it for yourself, right? It's a little dry, especially if you're not all that versed in computer speak, so to speak. But the guy explains it fairly well, and I highly recommend watching the video so you actually know what he's talking about. And I will link a second video in, which is a snippet of that video we're gonna show from a different YouTuber. Let me grab the name real quick. Quintio. Sorry about that. Right? I forgot your name, sir. I'm so sorry. Okay. Who managed to contact Coding Jesus for a little bit of an interview, and they went over some of Pirate's responses. We're just gonna put a snippet in there. Check the link in the description. I highly recommend you watch these videos. They were actually quite interesting, especially the interview one. If you don't watch the actual coding explanation video, watch the interview one at the very least. It's actually well worth it. Here's a snippet.
SpriteSpark is not a magic number. It's a direct reference to an asset file called SpriteSpark. This is how GameMaker allows you to link sprites and other assets. When you want to use a sprite, sound, or other object, you call it by name.
Hold up.
This is disingenuous at best and an obfuscation tactic at worst, because as you can see here, there's a lot of numbers here. It's very obvious when I'm talking about a magic number. I'm talking about things like 1, 0, 15, 270, 360. I'm not talking about what my mouse just happens to be highlighting, which is SPR Spark.
That's
for
like,
whatever reason.
yeah, that's like him saying, oh, look, he's talking about and giving me shit about my turtles.
and the part of the video is talking about all of the zebras, and you just happen to have your cursor sitting on a turtle.
Yeah, and that's actually not my cursor. That's his. I just realized, because that's his video that I'm looking at. I can't highlight his code in his video. So he has his cursor on Spark, and I'm talking about all the numbers around that, but he's zoning in on Spark.
I'm thinking you can already tell how this is gonna go, how this video is go, right? Like, this is typical pirate software behavior, right? Typical Jason. This is a very Jason thing to do. Like, he hones in on something irrelevant that he can be right on, and completely ignores the actual critiques made, right? Like, bro, the guy just can't turn it off, man. Like, it's he was molded in the narcissism. He was born in it. Like, honestly, I think he really should probably seek some mental help, because, bro, you cannot go through life like this. You're gonna have such a hell of a time, especially if you're trying to be in a public-facing job, I guess, right? Because let's be honest, the guy's not a div, the guy's a streamer, all right? He streams 12 plus hours a day, the guy's a streamer. He ain't no div, in my opinion. Your game's been in early access for 8+ years. Probably not a developer, all right? Let's not learn. If you want to learn development, right, game development, go somewhere else. Don't learn game development from a guy that's never actually finished a single game in at least 8 years, and he loves to say that he's got 20 years in the gaming industry, right? Like, that's really weird, because you ain't never ever finished the game yet, man. Maybe work on that first, right, before you wanna, I don't know, like, be a douchebag online, I guess. Or be like, he speaks with an air of authority that he has not earned, all right? And his nonsense, like, oh, I was a Blizzard. I was a Blizzard, guys. Do you know I was a Blizzard? Yeah, okay, dude, you were the QA tester. Congratulations, right? A job that you got because your dad was literally one of the OGs at Blizzard, who was there before it was Blizzard, okay? Like, literally one of the first 10 people. Of course you're gonna get a job there. And then to, like, try and leverage that as if you did some great thing is just... He even himself said it was nepotism that he got that job, right? There's clips out there of that. I didn't... Because I'm doing this off the cuff, I didn't actually prepare that video, but I've seen the clip, all right? You can find it. It is out there. It is not that hard to find. So we're just here, right? We're just here. We're going along. Every single day, there's new news, because this guy just cannot keep his mouth shut about anything, right? He has to be right about literally everything. But then when you point stuff out, including his own chatters, right? They point stuff out about his coding. You can see it in those videos. I highly recommend. Again, go watch them. They point stuff out about his code, and then he just ignores the point that they made, and then go on a different, like a little adjacent point that he can be right about, right? Like, the fact that he's, like, in his comment, the giant comment on the guy's video, where he's like, oh, well, but I'm on the Spark thing, blah, 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 blah. And he's not talking about that. He's not talking about that at all. Why are you focused on it? Even though it's not even him that's highlighting it, because he was watching a video. It's like he said at the end, he cannot highlight shit on your video, bro. You're the one that's highlighting it. So not only is he himself the one that highlighted it, right? He then puts that back on the guy that was reviewing his code and said, oh, well, he's highlighting it and he's talking about this is X, Y, and Z. Like, motherfucker, no one was talking about that specific thing. You honed in on it, again, misrepresenting that the other guy was talking about it. This is it's kind of par for the course for you, isn't it? Like, you really like to misrepresent things, okay? And it's just hilarious that now all of the really big people, you know, PewDiePie called it out, the Stop Killing Games. Asmongold. There's another really big guy that I'm currently blanking on, and I'm so fucking... Whatever. There's a shit ton of names, right, that with way more viewers than you, okay, a bigger platform than you, they're starting to really look into you, and he's gone, dude. It's like Dr. K said, bro. You come across a little bit arrogant. Maybe dial it down, but you know, even a psychiatrist that literally spelled it out for you, you think you know better than, because you didn't change a damn thing, right? And now you're finding out. and I'm gonna be here documenting your downfall because it's absolutely hilarious. Right? This is what you get, right? And I've seen a lot of critique of like, oh, why is everyone piling on PirateSoftware and this and that? And I'll tell you exactly why, right? It's very simple. I don't like narcissists. Ta-da! Right? The guy is such a massive douchebag and such an insane narcissist, right? He brags about, like, he blocks people on Twitter in the thousands. He bans people off of his stream in the tens of thousands, in his own words, right? I didn't say that he's got tens of thousands of blocked people. He said that, all right? Once you reach a certain, what number will it take you to reach before you realize maybe I'm the guy with the problem, right? I've banned 100,000 people on my stream now. Maybe I'm the guy with the problem. No, everyone else is the problem, right? Everyone else is hateful and harassing, and yeah, it's not you. You're never at fault, right? Like, it's everything this guy does is so transparently egotistical and narcissistical. It blows my mind that people like this actually exist, dude. Like, on the one hand, I think this is absolutely hilarious, right? But on the other hand, I fear for humanity when egos and narcissism like this like actually exists. This is not a cartoon character, okay? This is a real life human being, and he just cannot, for a nanosecond, admit that he was wrong, right? This entire arc of PirateSoftware, the entire arc that he's going through, from Maldavius' victory in Second Life, do not Google that if you're easily triggered. Okay, that is a deep dive and a half, and there's some weird sexual shit involved. Do not Google that. Okay, from Maldavius' victory to the Ashes of Creation ego, to the World of Warcraft ego drama, like to the Stop Killing Games drama. This guy just cannot take an L. The only thing you had to do at a certain point, right, is say 5 words. And all of this would have gone away, by the way, like in a heartbeat, okay? 5 words, but he will never say them because he's such a clinical narcissist that it's like, he will never say them, okay? And here's this 5 simple words. I was wrong. I'm sorry. That's all you needed to do, and you can't even do that much. You deserve every single bit of the hate that is coming towards you, okay? It is absolutely deserved. And we're gonna be here for it. And I'm gonna document all of it, and we're gonna laugh at it, because it's extremely laughable. It's an extremely humorous situation, and the fact that you're crashing out over it makes it even more funny, because nothing is better than seeing a narcissist get their just desserts call-outs, okay? That's it for me! Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Follow me on kick.com/Pirage, twitch.tv/Pirage, or Randy O'Brien on Twitter with an A, O'Brien with an A. Peace!
I think sometimes the things that I talk about in regards to those types of things is misconstrued as arrogance or boasting, when in reality, I'm just trying to give context.
So that is the problem right there. So I want you to listen to this phrase.
Sure.
This gets misconstrued as arrogance, but in reality, it's this.
Yeah.
That is the most arrogant statement on the planet, bro.